fellow graduates. It is certainly an honor to be chosen by your peers to speak on your behalf. We believe that the choice this year was an outstanding one and a great representative of the 2012 graduating class. This young man is intelligent, a hard worker, thoughtful, and fun. Ladies and gentlemen, our valedictorian is Alex Wood.
Hello, class of 2012. Bonjour, class de 22. That one was for you, Frenchies. That also happens to be the extent of the French I remember for grade 9 and 10. Thanks, Mr. Walker. We're finally here. A place many of us have dreamed about being since primary school, those 12 or 13 years ago. Weird thought, isn't it? We have spent about 1/5 of our entire lives in school, worrying about exams, tests, making friends, figuring out our future, and making sure we're home on time for Jersey Shore. Think back to your grade 8 grad. What do you see? Many see a young and inexperienced teeny bopper, full of bluster, excited to get to high school, where they can party and block the entire hall with their tiny grade 9 bodies. 4 years later, there is almost nothing left of that annoying little child. That particular stage in your life is finished. That part of you is dead. Famous French poet Anatole France once said, "All changes, even the most longed for, have their melancholy. For what we leave behind us is part of ourselves. We must die to one life before we can enter another." We have longed for graduation over the past 4 years, but we leave behind a part of ourselves in this school. We leave behind friends and experiences, successes and failures, joy and pain, lame grade 9s and grade 12s that are definitely not as cool as us. After we are done here, a part of us will be gone, but we will move into the next part of our lives better for it. But before we take that final step into the next period of our lives, let's think about the legacy we leave behind. Over our time here, we have accomplished great things and created lasting memories. For example, thanks to our support of the Terry Fox Run over the last 4 years, our school raised something close to $70,000 for cancer research. Think about the lives that we are helping simply by walking to Nichols Oval, dressed in our green and white. What about our more personal achievements? Well, just look at our various teams and clubs. Last year, our senior football team showed the Crestwood Mustangs their place.
Oh yeah!
Our high school musicals have been deemed some of the best and most professional in all of Canada. Our rowing teams are some of the best in all of the world. Our curlers are the finest around, not to mention the best looking. Our concert band wins Qantas every year. Our boys' senior basketball team was the first from our school to make it to the finals in 16 years. And our lacrosse team, well, we have Blacksburrows. Our accomplishments are far too numerous to cover all of them in one short speech. What I'm trying to say is that we are some of the best at what we do, and we should be proud of what we've achieved while we were here. Nevertheless, let's not forget why our time here was such a successful and life-changing experience. The teachers and staff at Adam Scott are some of the best in any high school anywhere. It is thanks to them that our moments here were so positive. These teachers taught us, coached us, supported us. In the case of Mrs. Muir, they danced with us. And they told us stories that, happily for us, would take up large portions of class time. I am of the opinion that high school teachers are some of the most important parts of a teen's life. High school is where you begin what you want to do with the rest of your life. The way a subject is taught to you can change your entire future. When a teacher makes you fall in love with a subject, they have truly done their duty. For that subject is likely what you will pursue for the rest of your life. It is for these reasons that last year was an especially painful time, as our school lost several of its best and brightest teachers. Some have already returned, and it is my hope that in the future all those who are transferred may return to the hallowed and busy halls of Adam Scott. But for those who are with us today, can I get a round of applause for the fantastic staff? Of course, we have to give some credit to those people who brought us to those early morning practices, supported us through our often overly dramatic teen years, and fed us the copious amounts of food required by our awkward, growing teenage bodies. That's right, our wonderful parents. The teachers only had to deal with us a couple hours a week. Our parents had to deal with us every single day. That doesn't deserve some sort of recognition. I don't know what does. So, let's get a standing ovation for the parents and guardians. Now is the time for us to change, to take that final step and enter adulthood. That word, adulthood, it seems so harsh and far away, but that is what we are. We are adults. It's time for us to face the future, not entirely without fear, but with the courage and the audacity to overcome that fear. Some of us have no idea what the future holds, and some of us have it all worked out, but it doesn't matter. Yes, someday our children may be taught math and chemistry by Brad, or Mr. Robinson as he'll like to be called. Our chief may be played by Jade. Victor might be making our kids' video games. Dylan might be part of a famous band. And Noor will be making our bridges. The future is a truly terrifying place. While these people may already have it all figured out, do not think less of yourself for not finding your passion yet. It may take years to discover that one thing that you really love in life. And until then, life may be tough. But never be discouraged, never give up, and never fail to try. For it is those things that will get you through this crazy thing called life. I leave you with these words. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. Don't be trapped by dogma, which is living with the results of other people's thinking. Don't let the noise of others' opinion drown out your own inner voice. And most important, have the courage to follow your heart and your intuition. They already know what you truly want to become. Those words were spoken by the late billionaire Steve Jobs, the creator of Apple. With that in mind, I leave you all to go out and change yourselves and the world. A part of you will always be here and in the hearts of every person whose life you've touched during your time here at Adams Scott. When I see you in 10, 20, or 30 years, I challenge you to impress me. Not with your welder status, but simply by how happy you are in your life. For happiness